The devices in things. Alright, get all this shit here. This probably goes here. Wait. Okay, this can go. Okay. Get this thing. That's it, I guess. That's the more the books. Alright, so got the paddle. Got the spring paddle. That's the main one. Now, the test tube with areometer to check the amount of sugar, to check the density of the wort. Did it? No, might as well. Poof. So the good old spanker. That one we need. Then we need. Not really like super necessary to have like the fancy tube, but I mean it's not even that fancy. It's just fucking plastic anyway. But it's kind of nice, I guess. Anyway, this thing. And then you have the areometer. The magical device. That will help us measure the density. So it's gonna float, and by how much it floats, we will be able to see the density. There is just the heavy stuff at the bottom there. So it all goes down, and then we will see how dense the wort is. And then we will need that number to identify where when the fermentation process is over, and to calculate the amount of the alcohol in the final product. And that goes here. This is the Star Sun disinfecting liquid. This one is super good because you don't need to wash it away or something. So it's very convenient to use them. There's some other alternatives. And this is the anti-cat gun, aka stuff to get the disinfection liquid in right amounts. In them right amounts. In right doses. And the bag for them hops. So here you put the hops in. So whenever you're done either brewing or fermenting, you can just kind of just get it out of there without filtering everything. The PP hops, yeah, that's gonna be the PP hops time. So now the main malt extract. Here's our local production. Oh, this is actually the amber bitter, actually, not ale. But I mean, yeah, kind of pretty much it's gonna be ale because we're using the ale yeast, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's gonna be bitter there. It's not exactly IPA, but it's probably gonna be still quite. So this is where the good stuff is. This is basically what is the brewing. And thanks to this thing, we're going to be kind of skipping that process because that is usually very time consuming and very complicated because you need different time pauses and everything there. Like you basically need to like stop the process a few times there. Some particular temperatures by and adding some more hops and everything. The temperature pauses, a whole bunch of them there. We'll get to that eventually too, though. I kind of want to. It's interesting after all. the real brewing, so yeah, this is all the scuffed brewing. You can get them almost anywhere. I actually like opened with VPN on and found like a bunch of like Swedish stores with that stuff. I would say they're quite more expensive there though, I think, like the sets like this, because this was like 20 bucks pretty much. Well, back when I bought it, it was even less than 20 bucks because the conversion rate was different. Now you pretty much get it for 20 bucks. And you get 20 liters of beer. And the one I saw in Swedish stores, that one is like... Actually, was it really? How much was it in Kroner? No, that actually was quite good. I think it was maybe even cheaper then. Or like similar at least. Yeah, kind of like misunderstood, eh? So that's the wort, the main wort in the big one. And that's the also malt concentrate, but this one is unhopped. Like this one was already brewed for you with all the hops, with all the temperature pauses and everything. So this is basically beer here. And this is pretty much the food for yeast. That just adds more density and more things for yeast to consume and to produce alcohol. If we're blue hello. So you can replace this one with sugar. Well, regular sugar I wouldn't recommend though. Unless you kind of like boil sugar with water, like real good. And then you add that syrup in. Or you can use the dextrose, maltose, that kind of stuff. Like the tasteless sugar, clean sugar. But they don't add like, how do you say, like, not density from like the chemical perspective, but density from like the taste perspective. They're kind of like just gonna melt pretty much. Like the yeast is gonna consume them and they're just gonna be like a little bit of this maybe like leftover sweetness if there is something left. But they not gonna add anything else to it. And this one will actually make like the taste more full because it's not just sugar, it's actually like more malt there. Well, then what do we usually have in those setups is the bag that you can't fucking open seems like properly. I'm just gonna tear it apart. And yeah, we have the PP hops, the PP hops in granulated PP hops. This one is a Northern brewer from Germany. A Northern brewer from Germany. So that one we're gonna add. I think for this type we're probably adding it in the brewing process, not the dry hopping. So the dry hopping is when you add the hops already when it's fermenting. And you also can you can add the hops while brewing it. Yeah, this one we're just adding to yeah, this one just goes in what's the name? In the pot now soon. All right, so yeah, that's all the stuff. Well, actually no. There is of course the yeast, a special beer yeast. A special beer yeast, that's the ale yeast. If you make it at home, you most likely need the ale yeast because ale yeast ferments stuff at the room temperature. If you get like the lager yeast, you will need way lower temperatures. So you would need some sort of equipment for that, or you need some sort of like cellar or something where you can hold like 15 degrees, I think, Celsius. And what is important also for fermenting, you need like stable temperature. So it's not like you can, you know, just like put it like somewhere on like some sort of balcony or something and it's just gonna be going all over the place. You need sometimes like somewhat stable temperature. So the ale yeast is our jam there. All right, let's remove what I don't need anymore. So All right, so this is pretty much, well, and obviously you have the fermenter, but that's a big boy, and that boy is coming soon. All right, this goes into the trash. Nothing else goes into the trash for now, I guess. All right. Now, it's kind of more like just in case. If I forget something, I get the pot. If I would be brewing like, you know, fully, properly, that pot would be like, like this basically or something. The rage juice, damn son. I mean, fine, sure, can do that. That we can. Okay, this one I think is... nah, this one's too... Guess I'll do it on this one, fine. Fine. Let's see. Alright, so... let's prepare and remove things that are not needed. So we have the PP hops. Hello, glorious. Ooh. Powerful. Powerful, not super crazy powerful, though. Actually, now that it's kind of... it's kind of like... some like... pastry or something. Something like added to some sweet. Smells nice. That's how it basically looks there. Not very appetizing, but you know. It's dark this way. There it is. And there we go. And that's how it looks. And now we're just gonna get it in this soak. Is anything really here? Oh, metal ones also for that. That's pretty much just so you don't need to filter like the whole thing after. You just, you know, get this one out of the way and it's all good. And it's all good. There we go. And that is done, so we can remove this now. And that's a big boy. Oh, that's a big boy. This one for now. I guess fine. Let's put this one here for now. This one is not like I really need. Get it here. It's whatever. All right, good. So this one, the important part will be the temperature and the amount. Amount here, temperature here should be good. This one will be tricky because last time it was the issue with cooling it down because I got the water too warm in there and this is like boiling after, and this is also gonna be like 4 liters or something, probably 3 maybe. So it kind of just made temperature way too high, and you don't want it higher than like 28-30 degrees because then you get the yeast in and the yeast just dies, so you don't want that. So you want it to be below 28. And the amount you need, and this one's supposed to be 23 liters. I usually do around 20. It just becomes like more dense that way, sort of like 21 maybe. And especially since I have like 20 liters mark here, and then it's 22.5, so we can get in the middle, I guess. In the middle somewhere. All right, so what will I need now is I'm gonna go make some water in so I can get the disinfecting mixture in.
Ragjuice får väl Jon i zonet ut och skärja efter fire insida.
Thank you, Glorious. Thank you, man. All right, sure. The rich juice, you say? All right. All right. Water. All right. Let's see. Close this. That should be good enough. How much actually like a lose? Let me see this way. No, like probably like 3 liters of 3 liters just not going anywhere because it stays below at the top level. But that's where the yeast gonna be, so that is inevitable. All right. Thank you, Glorious. Thank you, sir. All right, so now we get that star sun in. Supposed to have 15-20 milliliters and 10 liters of water. This is like 3 right now, so we're gonna get less concentrated. Don't really need a lot of it, that's the main thing. Like all I need to disinfect is this device, obviously, this thingy, and that's it, pretty much. Yeah, you don't really need many more devices because everything that is going to be here is going to be boiling, so it's going to be disinfected naturally. All these things are contacting with it on the outside, so that's it. This one also going to be boiling, so it doesn't matter. So be good, eh? I just get... no, well, I mean, I could measure, but you know, who needs that? It's also not 10, so this one in total is 100 milliliters. I need like 5, I'm gonna get a bit more. I'm gonna just check the amount of foam and everything in this one. It may be even a little too much. All right, so now I'll wash it. And this is where all this stuff goes. Thing is, with this star sun thingy, you don't really need to kind of make like some sort of like crazy amount of the liquid. Like there's also chlorine. You can get the chlorine like pills. I still have some of those. But they're cheap as fuck too. Like if you want to min-max, you know, minimize all the expenses on the process. Hey Captain, hello, hello, good evening. You want to minimize the expenses? Like the chlorine pills, just get it in. It just kind of like dissolves in the water. But then you need the water full till the very end pretty much and leave it like that for like 20 minutes or something. And put all the stuff in there also for 20 minutes or something. And then you will need to wash it all out because it's fucking chlorine. It's not that good for you. This thing that doesn't disclose their exact formula of this stuff, but I think it has like the orthophosphorus acid and stuff like this. Basically it's like concentrated Coca-Cola in a way. So, you know, it doesn't really differ much from what you drink. Well, obviously don't drink it in this form, absolutely. Probably not in this form either. But whatever is like left is kind of like foam, some like drops or something in here or something. It doesn't matter. You don't need to wash it away. You don't need to wash it out. You just kind of like let it dry a little bit and that's it. All right, so I don't need like to stir it that vigorously there. Now, obviously like the liquid is only at the bottom right now. We need to disinfect all this shit. So this is where the the anti-cat gun comes in. But 1 second, I'm just gonna get my hairband so my hair doesn't go all over the place there. Rather probably not. Rather probably not. But yeah, thank you, Glorious. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that dono. Appreciate it a lot. Appreciate it a lot. All right, all right. There we go. All right. So now then, I'm gonna get that liquid in this little bottle. Some magic bottle. And some more. And this way we can actually disinfect pretty much everything. So I'm just gonna spray it on all the walls, the paddle, a little bit more in detail. Like less spray. It goes all over the place. There we go. Now, yes, so we're just gonna spray all this here. It all goes down the walls and disinfect them in process. So that is all what we need. The paddle also gonna be all disinfected. And then I'm just gonna leave it for a bit, and we can start making the wort. A sacred dialogue. It's kind of like going all over the place here. Everything that goes in contact with the with your future beer. One way or another, sorta. Oh, man, this hops are very aromatic. The smell is very strong. All right, paddle. It gets a bit more cleaning. And that's pretty much it. There we go. You can do it like kind of any way you want, really. Somewhere like you have a house or something in the yard, it's probably might be even easier to just like get it full of like the chlorine style. Just get like the water hose or whatever. Just get in, just like get everything filled, wash it all that way. But yeah, in apartment environment, I would say having star sun, video bounce low, and some beer going in the star sun in this environment is really good. Way less space you need, way less movements. All right, so this we don't need anymore. Get maybe another round, fine. A little more. Hello, BD Bones, how are you doing? kind of want to get some more at the edge here. There we go. That will do. Now spray some more in again. Last time this method actually worked pretty fine. Like my last batch of beer actually was really good fucking success. It was very pooga. And my friends even said that he will buy some when I have a next batch. But yeah, it took a while till I got to the next batch. He's now actually even asking me about the stuff you need to make your own. So he'll maybe make his own too there. We'll see. Enough for everyone here. Well, I mean, it's gonna be like 20 liters. Well, the pure outcome will be like 15 probably. A bit over that. So, depends. But probably good enough. You're right, Janello. How are we doing? So yeah, basically just like spraying the walls of this stuff with disinfectant liquid. That is at the bottom of this right now. Then I'm just gonna go drain it through the tap to disinfect the tap a bit more too. There we go. All right. And now wash this. And I don't think we need this anymore. But we still need to wait a bit, so one moment, just gonna wash it, get all that disinfectant out of there. Yeah, good enough. But again, this disinfectant is not really anything bad if there's leftovers of it. And yeah, it's not like I'm using this thing for anything that I'm brewing right now anyway. All right, this done. Let me put it somewhere so it can wait for the next already batch at some point. Like here for now, I guess, maybe. There we go. All right. This is done. So now we wait with this one. This one is kind of like standing there, disinfecting some more. See, Regen, I see. Let's go. So we need this one we don't need anymore. And this one can go chill here also. These stages are gone and done. No, we'll need this though. All right. We'll need like a liter of water, I think, one or two. Then we're adding the good stuff. Boiling. Five, 10 minutes. All right, let's see. So let's start with the liter of water. Just the regular water. And we start getting it to warm up. Now we adding some of that concentrated wort here. Ooh, where was the... where was the opening thing here? I guess there is none actually, right? I guess I need to cut then. All right. Moment. So this will be the ding stuff. Ding stuff number 1. I'll be 2 of them. So this is the skipping of all the parts with the grain, most of the parts of hops. And this is our accessibility mode. And the easy difficulty. So we're gonna game journalist it up right now. In the beer brewing department. All right, there it goes. Appetizing. All right, focus. Focus is struggling. What if we get this one on? It's a bit better, but kind of weird, huh? That's pretty much what you get if you make your own wort with the grain and everything, but in concentrated format, so it takes less space, obviously. This one is also pretty dark. I think it's gonna be the amber bitter, the amber ale, a bitter ale. So we'll see. That's why probably there is also extra hops, but no hops for the dry malting, the dry hopping. So we're not getting any extra for the fermenter. Everything goes in here, just here. I'm just like getting all of it out. And all of this beautiful concentrated wort. Good enough. There we go. Got it all. I got it all. Good. And now I think here I'm just gonna stir it this way actually. The paddle will wait for the full. Paddle will be used later for... Actually, paddle could be nice here, I guess, too. But now we'll need to kind of like, I guess, disinfect it again. No, not really. I think it should be fine even with the spoon here, and just all gonna melt there slowly. All right, so we'll see if we'll get that ember there going. All right, now now we just wait until it boils. And that's all we really need here. I'm not gonna do it like too hot here. No rush. There are actually some concentrates that are even easier. Like the very first one I was making on stream when I got the whole set. Didn't even need to boil or anything. Just make something like, you know, some hot water in the kettle. Pour pour the concentrate somewhere at that hot water, and then basically already like, you know, get it in the fermenter. And no biggie there. All right, so we're gonna be stirring, so it's all very nicely very nicely dissolved there. Then as soon as it starts boiling, we can add the hops in. Then we go and boil it all together with the hops. How long do they recommend them? 5-10 minutes with some hops. He raises, yeah, it's quite a dang soup, I would say. Quite the dink one. A very interesting soup. So yeah, 5-10 minutes with the hops after. Then removing hops, adding the unhopped malt concentrate. This is hopped malt concentrate with the water. So this one already has some hopping done to it. Getting good then, getting more liquid then. And just wait until it starts boiling. Increase temperature now that it's already getting better. We don't want instantly to go like super hot mode, especially when it's like, you know, still concentrated at the bottom, because it just starts, you know, kind of caramelizing there. It's not that good, eh? Zoom out a bit more. That makes it actually kind of better. Oh, glossy and nice. Yeah, it's gonna be the amber bitter. I would say still kind of dark for amber, but I mean, it's also, you know, very concentrated there. So we're just gonna be stirring a bit more. Temperature higher. Yeah, this one is more dark than the last one I was making, of course. Quite. But also like the unhopped one is bright. So I wonder, because I feel like this is kind of like in the middle. So getting the unhopped extract for like the light types of beer, or for the dark types of beer, is like both kind of not very appropriate. I think light ones is kind of like more universal, so I just got the light ones there. So we'll see what we get in the end there. Smell is nice. Doesn't smell anything weird. That is good, because yeah, this one is this one is basically on its last days of a life before expiration, technically. Sadly, one set got expired already. That was like my panic buy when all the shit fest started here in March. And I realized that we don't really have any hops produced here much. And that the industry here might take a bit of a ill. I decided to go to stock up on that. I got a bit too many of those sets, because I kind of was too lazy to actually get some brews going during the year. No, they actually didn't really change in price. They actually got even cheaper, so that is good, then. That is good, at least. So I can continue later, even with better prices, I guess. But yeah, I have some IPA, I have some APA, and I have some, I think, what was it, stout, actually. Some dark beer too. So that will be nice. And I think in January there's gonna be another one. And there is gonna be another session. I'm gonna try to destroy as much as possible through the holidays of this session. And then I'm gonna make a second one. In January might have two actually, even brews, we'll see. I'm gonna try to get the APA, for example, to my friend, because he was interested also to try. So maybe I'll get the APA to him. And then I will make one more brew January and one more in February. Because if he's not taking it, then it's gonna be like 2 for January, and it's just too much beer, dude. I know it sounds weird, but it's too much beer. Like, not enough bottles for all that stuff, and enough place to store all that stuff. I don't drink it that much myself, and we don't really gather that much to consume so much of it that often. Not to mention, it's also might be another mobilization around, and then like January and February we will be just sitting home. And not much gathering and stuff for us there. Alright, waiting until it boils. Stirring it obviously doesn't help with boiling, but we need to be sure it's all well stirred there. As soon as it boils, I'm just gonna drop the hops in. Then I'm gonna remove all the disinfecting stuff from the fermenter, and already get some water in. Like, I will, like, the quest will be basically to get a good temperature of the water below 28, because last time I got it a bit too warm, especially after dropping, like, you know, boiling wort pretty much in. It was a bit too much. I think I actually might need some more water, to be honest. It kind of gets like a little more thick, and I'm gonna be adding the unhopped concentrates, and that will make it only even more thick. So let's get some warm water here from the pot. And obviously, it's also kind of like evaporating a little bit when you boil it, so it's gonna get even more concentrated in process. And we want it to be liquid, so it will be easier to stir it in the fermenter already. Let's go. It is. Oh yeah, these hops actually kind of good. Good match to this, judging by how it all smells. And these hops will be an interesting match. Sure about the taste. I feel like it might be like nice, but not something you can drink a lot in one go, you know? Like something more exquisite. Not the need to get like a bottle and that's it. Not like 5 bottles in a row. But we'll see. I feel it might be a bit sweet-ish. Well, actually, it's supposed to be bitter though, so we'll see. We'll see. It's usually the darker types. They usually have this like different, little different smell and taste to them. After all, oh, obviously, compared to like the bright types, the bright styles. All right, it's gonna boil very soon. And then we drop the hops, and then And then we're removing the heat also. Just slowly boiling for like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. Let's give like something in the middle, maybe. Maybe it will be 10, whatever we'll say. All right. It's gonna get there soon. Oh, very soon. Actually, now that I'm not stirring, that should totally help. Whoop. There we go. All right. It's almost there already. Then I can switch it back after. I probably need to stir it a bit more when it starts boiling and everything, so might as well. Might as well. And then we drop the hops in. That's the very last one. You can prepare like yeast separately also. So far it was good for me though. So I'm just gonna YOLO it. See how it goes, huh? So far it was working fine in that sense. I can just like prepare the yeast by watering it with the warm water, letting it kind of like, you know, get warmed up, prepare, start waking up, and then you just drop it in. But usually it's like good enough, especially if I'll be like close to like 28 or something. It's gonna be probably fine. And 26, 27 probably will be better. It's gonna be warm enough, so it's gonna like start the work. All right, come on, come on, should be getting it. Can see the movement. The movement slowly starting there. Getting there. Very slowly, very slowly. Come on. Started already. So to drop the hops in. To smell how that will go. Combined power. See, kind of getting there, good enough. Get this. It's already like some more thick of a foam there. All right, that should be good, right? Good. Quite powerful. So now we start reducing the heat. Don't need the crazy boil in here. I just need it to slowly boil. And there goes the hops. The hops in the soak. There they go. Comment is actually going ham there, and then relax. Relax, not that hard. Very slowly. Very slowly. All right, the soak with the hops is in. I think this one would be like a bit longer. Actually, I should probably like do it connected to this one and then drop it in. That would be like the 5-head move. But I mean, you still kind of need to wash it after anyway, so not like it's gonna be a big deal anyway. Still also gonna be all dirty. All right, so this one goes swimming. Let's see. I shows 56 on my PPG clock. Ikorsada. That looks nice. Nice. Well, is it like really? I mean, to be honest, it kind of gets like a little bit of this like amber color. Sword is still a bit too dark, but I guess when we get it in, you know, the water, that might be the right. The problem is like the extra concentrate I have is not, you know, is not dark, so I kind of feel it might be a little too bright, but we'll see. As long as it's tasty, that's the main stuff. All right, I'm gonna wash this real quick, and we'll leave it like this slowly until well, let's do it 04. My clock here is like behind for some reason every time. Once a while I need to fix it on this stove. I'm usually too lazy, so I just kind of like, you know, just adjust myself. All right, so I'm just gonna go move the fermenter. I drain the cleaning stuff, the disinfecting, and start getting some water in and measuring the temperature, which I sadly only have the Pipega ways to measure, but I mean, whatever. At least we have some ways, so that's good. All right. The shit through the tap. The tap also gets cleaned. All right, that's enough for tap, probably. Let's drain it. Let's get regular water through the tap at least, so there is no concentrated disinfectant in. Yeah, that will take some time. Alright, how much that is there? 10. It's not even reaching the thermometer there. Let's get a bit more. How's the process? All good? All good and nice. So I'm just like getting the water in. Takes a bit of time. All right, how much is that? That is 15. Still not really touching thermometer though. Some more. All right, let's try this one. Ooh, now this feels getting a bit too much. That's a bit too much. But also, green a little bit. All right, probably should hopefully be enough. Come on, that's the problem with the temperature here. All right, fine. 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 Yeah, the smell is actually pretty good. It's like a very... It's more kind of like candy or something, I would say even. Right now, currently. Now when you stir, the hops getting in a bit more. Give this like, you know, the hoppy smell. Like a little like pine-ish in a way even. Whew, all right, let's see. It's a couple more minutes really for the boiling here. Well, I see 25 degrees on the water. Let's see if it'll get higher. Whew, I just don't want to get too much because right now we are close to 20 liters. I think I'm just gonna see how warm this one is. Then I'm just gonna ditch some probably. And then try to adjust the temperature because it's easier to adjust the temperature when there is some space in. And thermometer is kind of like so low on this thing or so high on this thing that basically like 28 goes well, I could get like 17.5 liters seems like, but we'll see. So how much do you show? 25. Let's get to 26. Well, 25 for sure. 25 for sure. I even have like the specialty, not for this even, like, you know, for like meat and everything thermometer. And the probing one. All right, now I think might be time. Yeah, let's get the PP hops out. Still a bit hot. 1 second. Cool this one down a bit. Come on. All right. Go out of there. All back to the pit. Could like fold you there. Make this beautiful. There we go. All right, hopes did a job. No. This one is already. Let me see how much do we have in terms of volume. Well, below 3 liters. So it should go in no problems. And I don't think it will 3 liters of very hot one. Get it all thing 3 degrees higher. That kind of could be. But it's also gonna cool down now a bit. Kind of slowly gets to 26 even, I think. So I think I'm gonna drain some. Probably. And just so I have some space to add like either cold or hot water. Probably don't need hot really. You need like, how much was it recommended? Like 28 is the high. I don't need 28 for sure. This one even says 25, 27. So yeah, I can totally go drain some. Oh, 1 second. Let's get this one in there. It's already, it all boils together then. This is the unhopped concentrate. So this is just pure malt concentrate with no hops into it. So we're gonna add it to the mixture, and this is gonna be the thing that feeds the yeast, and that creates like this like extra density on the drink. Well, density in both like in the chemical way and the taste way. This one should be, well, yeah, this one is actually also quite still. But this one's supposed to become way more brighter in process, because this one is specific for the bright types of beer. This is also 1 kilo, so yeah, right now all the stuff in the pot should be like around 3 something liters probably. Even though this one is like more dense, so the volume is a bit less, of course. It seems more kind of like 26 something, so I'm gonna get a bit of this water drained, so I have more space to add either hot or cold water later. It just gives you more maneuver ability compared to how it was last time. I just like dumped it in and realized that it's like way over 20 degrees. Good thing it was still winter, so I just opened the balcony and we were waiting on stream a little bit longer until it cools down some. And it's kind of bad, of course, because, you know, when it's the wort is not boiling temperature, it's already, you know, becoming vulnerable. And the whole mixture there obviously also becomes vulnerable to getting infected by the yeasts and bacteria that we don't want there. That's why we're doing all the disinfection. That's why we're boiling this stuff also partially. We don't want too much of those sussy elements in our space station. We want only cultured things, only cultured, approved yeast. Hops also help with that. It's part of it, like, actually I'm not sure that bit really. There were hops being added. Well, I guess it was kind of a bit of a both. Like hops were added probably for the taste and for the disinfection qualities, because hops also disinfect stuff a bit. Kind of in a way how, you know, like spicy food works and everything. Just a bit of that to prevent bacteria that way. Because hops are quite interesting. Hops are also quite interesting thing to kind of harvest and everything, to grow in your like garden and your like farm or whatever, because hops is like the plant is going up. Sounds like some, no, good. All right, just like some dense foam. Then the plant is really tall. It might go like 4 meters tall, I think, even, and maybe even more. I'm not sure exact, don't remember exact numbers, but it goes very high, and it's kind of like this, like the climbing plant. How you call those properly? Like the wine basically. So you just like have some ropes on different levels, and it just kind of climbs on them high. And you can make it decoratively to make something cool out of those vines to grow into something cool. Or you can just harvest that stuff. You can just breed some cultured ones, because wild hops are quite dink, I think. But you can usually just get like a bunch of it's like kind of like the root stems, I guess, or something you're usually getting, not like seeds or something. It's like this, the chunks of the root that you just plant. And if everything is good, then you're gonna get your own hops. So you can already like get a bunch of like some specific types and everything. There's like a whole communities of like the hops enjoyers on like the beer brewing forums and everything, where you can get yourself some chunks of the root to grow your own stuff. Or when you can exchange some hops and everything, like someone got like a bunch of hops of one type from their yield, from their farm, from their garden, and they send some to other people, and those people send them the excess of their types of hops. It's kind of interesting, like, you know, community and hobby. Like, I still feel kind of like I'm too lazy of a person to partake fully in that hobby, and it would be nice to have like a house or something for that, to be honest, because a lot of things are pretty big. I was eyeing today like the actual like automated electric breweries to make like the proper brew, not out of the concentrate and stuff, without, you know, pots and everything. And there are special devices. You can get some for 500, but it's all the space, man, because it's basically gonna be like right now you have like this chunk here, but then you will need another, you will have another device the same size, but like out of metal and everything, with the heating elements, with like the digital stuff on it. So it's another thing to keep track of. And instead of this, you probably kind of want how we call those in English, like cylindrical conical tanks. We call them secate. It's kind of like this like cone, like cylinder with the cone at the bottom, which you use as a fermenter. Because that bottom part is actually very convenient. Since, for example, all the yeast is gonna go down at the bottom, and the bottom here, as you can see, is pretty big. But if it's the cone, then like the bottom part is less liquid and more of the stuff that you don't need. And there's like a special like a valve there that you can connect like some, I'm not sure like how you call it, even like the specific like vessel there you can connect there, and all the hops just gonna kind of like settle down there. Then you just like close the valve, get the hops out of there, and you basically can like bottle from there already. It's just like way easier, because here is like gonna be like this much, like this much of liquid, and everything is unusable. It's below the top level, and it's basically where all the hops will be. So I will try to like tilt it a little bit, but you do it too much and you stir the yeast, and it's just gonna be like a whole bunch of yeast in your bottle instead of beer. And that's probably not for everyone to enjoy. Not to mention a lot of yeast, it's mostly dead yeast at the bottom there. So the yeast and the dying yeast and everything, it also has this thing, the autophagy, when it starts numbing on itself and its soul brethren. So they start kind of dying, then they start eating each other, and then they produce, instead of like, you know, the good CO2 and alcohol, they start producing some things you don't really want in your beer. And your test palette might be a little bit ruined. And usually it kind of, I think, smells like kind of like public toilet, I guess, let's put it that way, from what I remember. Not very pleasant. Not very pleasant, let's put it that way. Alright, so now let's get this one real quick to boil. Temperature, I think it's kind of like 26, 25. I think I'm gonna ditch some. A little bit. There we go. Alright, so it should be around like 16 liters. I think from the pot we're gonna get like 3.5 maybe. Maybe a bit more. And we'll see. How much is it? It's a bit over 3 really. That's good. It's gonna be like 19. Around that. And then I can add a little couple of liters of water there to get the proper temperature. Here's the level. Well, it seems kind of 25, 26 range. I think like barely to 76. So 4 liters and 16 liters, 25%. All right, probably will up a bit. So I might need to just dump some cold water in. Which obviously also not completely like ice cold, so... But I will have like a couple of liters of leverage there, at least. I get it all together to active boil. And while I'm at it, actually, let's see. So yeast there, everything's here I need them. There. All right, let's see. Let's get it there. Get this in. And a bit of a view there. Mm. No, stop. No, that should be good. That should be very good. Good enough. Good enough. It's about to go boom, man. There we go. All right, this one is not boiling yet. Boiling yet. Second, get this way, just in case. This way. All right. Good. I actually can also dump some water through here. Let me see though. All right, is this one all closed actually? Seems like it. Good. It's actually weird. Second. Bit weird. What if we do? This way it goes. I see. All right. Nice, nice. This way it's closed. All right, good. This was checking. I was just checking. All right, come on, boil already. Three. Not a boiling yet, but about to. Turn the lights off there. Come on. Hit that boil. Oh, yeah, it should be 3 liters. So that will be. Whoa, 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 relax. Don't do me like that. It's the water going down there in the tap. Don't do it. Now, don't do it like this. All right, almost boiling. And boiling. There we go. Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Start on the opening this way. And this should be all closed, all right? Should be. Don't do me like that. All right. Let's go. And there it comes. And there it is. Yeah, it's actually like almost exactly 20. All right. I'll have a little bit there if I need to. Now we stir that pot. Sping that shit. All right, hopefully the temperature will be good then. And I don't need any more manipulation because it's exactly 20. Can add like a liter, I guess, no problems. I showed 34 there, but that's probably because I was just like pouring at the top very hot water. So I will need to wait a little bit until it kind of goes down there probably. There we go. And it all mix and stir properly. Alright, now temp is slowly dropping, but we'll see. I just need to drop like some cold water on top of it. That will speed up the process of settling down the thermometer there. Alright. Yeah, now it's basically kind of like stirring and waiting. Just want the thermometer to calm down, because it showed too much since I dropped like the boiling. Like thermometer is like pretty much like here. The top, like the top part is here basically. So it was just getting that a shock of the whole pot of the boiling hot stuff. Now, 1 second while I'm at it. As well wash the pot a bit. We can get some water in it so I can, it doesn't dry up too much. Otherwise it's gonna be a pain washing. Okay. This. But it's still showing 34. Like, what the fuck, dude? Was this one pot making it that hot? Come on, dude. Even like made it on purpose a little bit colder. It's not even going down. What it smell like now? Kind of like bread, eh? Bread, like the kind of like rye bread, I guess, in a way. Less sweet smell. Well, I guess because it's not like as concentrated now, I guess. It really smells like a bread, eh? Hey, was hello. Alright, I think it's gonna be... Yeah, I should drain some more, but whatever. Let's dump this one for 23 liters. Fine, let's dump some... I do it with... I sure do, eh? I sure do. Now let's get some of the cold water in small amounts and see how it goes. Because technically all this Fiesta should be for 23 liters, right? We're at 20 right now, so... And it's not gonna be that bad. So we're gonna use that extra space. See you as I see. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Do it. Install 7TV with YouTube permission too, if you want the proper browsing experience with the proper theater mode and emotes and everything. Man, this one pot, so much temperature instantly. PP guy. That sets us 21 a little bit. So I still can drop 1 or 2 more. Well, more like 4 of these. So maybe. Hey, Dick Thomas, hello. How we doing, man? See you, Jose. See you, alright. Understandable. Fermentation should be 2 weeks. Well, most likely less, like 10 days, I would say, usually. We'll see. And right now it's gonna be getting this one to cool down, though. And but it's nice to have also all your pro gear and stuff for this, so you can use some chillers there and everything. That is a very convenient thing. Very nice to have. Well, yeah, you just ferment it here and then you bottle it. But now this is out of malt concentrate, so it's not like completely full tech process and everything. Some of the parts are being skipped thanks to technology. So you don't need to mess with the huge 20-liter spot or something, you know. It does make things a bit easier. It does make it a bit easier. But yeah, should I put less water, really? I'll leave more space for... I'll leave more space. Alright, kind of dropping to 32. And it's still a lot to drop, really. Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. So I guess this time I kind of actually will do like 23 liters of this, most likely. Yeah, this is already at 22.5, so I can drop like one more. And that's it. So we'll see how it actually go if you do it as intended in terms of amounts. Because usually I try to do less, so it's like more concentrated. Yes, now we will see how it's intended to be. Lemon, hello. The same bucket, yeah. It's the same bucket. Cleaned properly, absolutely. It's plastic, so this is like zero problems washing it. Just get your regular, you know, like the dishwash liquid sponge and done. No problemos. The only stuff that is even kind of gets a bit hard to wash is like the part at the edge here, like this part, where like the splashes go and stuff, and the foam goes from fermenting and everything. Like this part will be like a little more annoying to deal with, but mostly it's like no problems. One liter cost? Let's see. So 23 liters set costs $20 plus non-hopped concentrate if you don't want to use sugar, if you want to go like more fancy, which I did. That adds another 5 basically bucks. So $25. And then sanitizer like wouldn't really even count. Like the 100 milliliters bottle was like $5 and you take that 100 milliliters for a while. Well, let's say it's like 50 cents or something per one brew. So it's kind of like disappearing there, sorta. And then you will need like $1 worth of dextrose sugar for priming it in the bottles. So yeah, I would say like 26, 27, like $30 basically to get 23 liters of brew. It's kind of expensive for the first setup because you need to get all the fermenter, you need to get all the bottles. Good bottles are actually quite expensive. Even plastic bottles are quite expensive. I'm happy that I bought my glass bottles with the Bugil cap. And it is really nice actually. Because those last you a while. You just wash them. Washing them is annoying, tell you that. If you're a lazy person like me, just buy yourself like plastic bottle per brew. I would say that will cost you, if you want to put the whole of this in plastic bottles, that will cost you $6-7. So like pretty much for 35 bucks, you will end up with 25-liter plastic bottles of beer. Let's see. Yeah, here it's really good. Here it's really good even. if you decide to brew it yourself, not out of concentrate, that actually will be more or less the same, really. Like, I tried to do the math, thinking maybe it will be like way cheaper. Not exactly. It's like way more hustle, but not cheaper for sure. Okay, man, that will take a while to cool down, sadly. I think I can dump some more cold one, but still, dude, I didn't expect it's gonna like up the temp that hard. Yeah, we're going 32 right now. Oh, dude, do I need to put it again on the balcony like last time? Thought I will be smarter this time and save some space, but ended up miscalculating the space, seems like. So it ended up being a bit too much. So actually, to be honest, concentrates for this and concentrate, like the only more expensive set with concentrate, if you want to do homemade something like this, is IPA, because they have extra hops. Like that one little bag of hops instantly kind of adds to the price, like a couple of bucks basically. Other than that, they all pretty much cost the same, to be honest. More or less. So like, yeah, it's like industrial production, that's kind of like the same shit for them, really. Like you have automate, like basically the difference is gonna be only like in types of like the barley and everything, types of malt, and it probably still like they mostly like this is our local company, that's why it's so cheap, by the way. Like there are like different ones, those will be more expensive. Like some imported stuff might be more expensive for sure. So they use like the local malt and everything. Either Muscalo. And to be honest, like last time I made the IPA out of like, well, the hops are not local, of course. Like these hops are from Germany, actually. Northern Brewer, I think they were called, the type. IPA obviously is like Citra. It's Citra for sure. And the second one, I don't remember, was it Mosaic or something? In the one that I had the set. And it was our like local malt and everything concentrate. And it was good. Like my friend actually like wanted to buy some from me if I make some more. And now he's planning to get some of his own, so we'll see. We'll see. And we're also gonna go on the brewing spree. How's it going, Termask? How's life? Alright, I kind of just need to wait until it cools down. That's the problem. I could put it on the balcony when it's kind of cold right now. It's not gonna cool it down that fast, sadly. I need like 28 or something. That's gonna be good enough. Does it say on these? Last time it was fine. I also kind of dropped them a bit like in a bit warm environment, I guess, let's say. This is really 30 though. Feels already like way colder, man. Come on. More work fiesta. How's their mask? Just more work or more fiesta though? What exactly? What exactly? But doing good, man. Doing good, eh? I got some beer pretty much prepared. Could technically already check the density and everything. I see over there, right? I have something going there already. I'm waiting for you. I see the mask, I see. Oh, they message you. No, No, I mean, it's all good. I mean, they message you after all, right? So, like, it's not that you were there, you know, you guys nagging them or something. I think that's fine. If they message you especially, why not? Oh, because you left their Discord server, I see. Well, I mean, well, the fuck you, fuck them. Why the fuck you should feel bad for that? I didn't pay you shit. I don't think it's complicated situation, to be honest. Like you did work, they didn't fucking pay, and you just left. That's it. Like, you're not gonna be doing work with someone who's not paying you, right? Like, I don't see the problem here. That's normal. Like, if someone like pretty much fucking ditched me and stuff, like, fuck you, Dolphin. Oh, they want to feed you premium opium so you don't get angry on social media or something. That could be, yeah, that could be. That could be. I mean, that's whatever though. Like, the best one would be if they would pay you. That would be the best opium, right? There are ways to do it also. There are ways to do it also, if they want to look into these ways, because a lot of companies don't. I mean, they don't even need to look, like, you can look for them. But I mean, they say they'll take care of you, then, you know, fine. Well, I mean, then tell them that. Say, like, I don't want to stir any drama. I just, you know, I just want to get paid for my fucking work, dude. That's it. Like, I'm cool with you. If you guys will pay, I'm down to work with you. If you guys don't pay, I mean, I'm not gonna work for free, but, you know, if you pay me at some point, I'm down. Just need to, you know, be a little more verbal and vocal with that. They're not Twitch, at least, right? Because, like, if you message Twitch, they don't give a fuck about you. They just provide the platform. Who cares? These guys, at least, you know, kinda care for something, at least. Maybe even reputation. That's already a good sign. At least they care for some shit. That's already rare nowadays, huh? It's quite important. Well, that's a situation, though. Like, it was all fine until, you know, the shitfest started, and then you just kind of can't get paid. It's not like they're ditching, it's just they can't pay. They technically can, but they need to use, like, different tools, and that might be also not something they want, because all those companies are, you know, accounting department and stuff like this. They're like, what's not PayPal? Something else, right? Or what's not wire transfer? We don't know these, like, fucking internet monopoly money, dude. And we just pay in that and we don't care. Though they intend to pay you now. I mean, you never know, though. As I said, like, there's different dynamics there. Like, in my case, for example, right, I still kind of rely on Twitch. It's not them relying on me, right? So they don't give a fuck. In their case, they maybe don't rely on you too much, but they wouldn't mind having some good, you know, good artist that was doing work for amount of money that they were fine with and with the quality they were fine with. So they just want to maintain a good relationships with the person for future projects, and yeah, to avoid you going, you know, and like shitting all over them on social media. You probably didn't plan to go shit on them on social media, right? So them doing that doesn't really ruin your plans anyway. Like, you didn't plan to, so whatever, you just relax and, you know, just wait. Maybe one day they will pay. Maybe they won't. Ah, come on, man. 32. Can we go even lower? Ah. All right, next time I will need like cold water in basically. Like cold water, then you dump the fucking pot with boiling shit and it's gonna be fine probably. And even like at least I have like more leverage like at the bottom edge. Like we can go all the way down to like 16 almost pretty much. So yeah, that should what should I do, man? Fuck that stuff. You know what you do, there's no need to get paid, yeah. And the fun is your payment, yeah. Nah, I can't really enforce anything because yeah, because of the situation. Their mask is from here, so that's why they're not paying. That's why they can't pay. That's why whatever you try to do not gonna make any fucking difference because you're from here, bro. You are the second category of the human being now, so they don't really care. That will be 10 exposures, exactly. You know it. You know the price. Stupid fucking mistakes, man, every time. This time I thought I'm smart. The thermodynamics outsmarted me. Doesn't feel that warm now. But that's also in the same time we're like 36 degrees, right? So if it's like not feeling warm, then it's like probably your temperature sorta, or close to it at least. So not even exposure points, yeah. Under NDA. Well, I mean, at least if they are like this, you can just kind of like try to... You can try to have conversation with them still, you know? Like, in terms of like, do they want to pay still? Like, maybe you can alleviate their problem. Like, what do they need from you to be able to pay you? Like, if you really like the project, if the pay is good, right? Like, just like, get the fuck out for a moment, like to Armenia or something, Kazakhstan. Make yourself a bank card. That will take like a week probably total. That will cost you, like Armenia in January was 9,000 one way, and both ways probably like 12,000 or something. You can most likely find. Render will be a little kinda tricky. A portable hello, but I mean, can get like hostel or something even. That will be probably like $10 per day, most likely. Just open yourself a bank account, get yourself back here, done. Can even check maybe Belarus is still open. Actually, Belarus I think is really hard to go because like for holidays and stuff, like everything's booked. Like my parents wanted to go, like my mom's husband is from Belarus. I mean, I have roots from Belarus too. They wanted to go. You can go. Their banks are not fully fucked yet. Like you can open some cards that work there. No, I don't need anything. Like bank account is super easy to check to open anywhere really almost. Even like in Europe, basically, that was doable before, but now not exactly. But normally, no problems. They do like know your customer check and everything. They check so you're not in sanctions and stuff. You're not like criminal or anything, and done. And Armenia is part of the what's the name? The customs union that we have here. So technically, you can go and work there without permit or anything. Like you can like you open company there, get like some pays for that company for 2 months and you can get a permit basically, like live there for 5 years, get citizenship done. Yeah, exactly. It's still gonna be fucked. So I'm telling you, dude, just like go there, get yourself a bank account, and go back. And like tell them, here's my bank account. I'm not here anymore. Pay me for this on this bank account. Done. Address and stuff. Not address. You might need like basically there are ways already to deal with everything. You just need like the SIM card that will be working. Mostly it's all internet banks nowadays too. But yeah, like any place really. Any ex-Soviet Union country. Belarus, Armenia, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, like any of those countries, you can get bank accounts there. You need to Google a little bit. Like I already did my research and all this shit like many times over, and just need to Google a bit, find the bank that is more like lenient towards our clients, and yeah, done. So it is actually pretty simple nowadays. It is actually pretty simple, eh? And you do it really fast too, so don't need company. If you want to open a company, that's also very simple actually. In most of the places. But that's already a little bit more complicated, need to look into it. But like Armenia, Georgia is super easy. Kazakhstan, didn't really look in the company in Kazakhstan. Armenia, Georgia is super easy. Kyrgyzstan, super easy. Belarus, I wouldn't open company because like, I mean, bank card you can open there. They still not all kind of fucked there yet, but they might get anytime. So that's a bit of a more risky investment of time. It's cheaper though. Like from Moscow, for example, it's just like $20, I guess, or something on the train, and like one evening and you're there, like one night and you're there. Just go to sleep in the train, you wake up there already. Go open bank account and hop on the train, go back again. Done. That's what I would do, but doesn't matter in my case because to get paid by Twitch, I would need to become the tax resident there. So just going and opening bank account wouldn't work, sadly. I would need to live there for at least 6 months, or I would need to open company, which already has some difficulties with like accountants, all this stuff, and I don't make there. That's not, really worth for bothering with accountants and stuff. That will probably take like quarter of that like every month easily just for that. There's a lot of scammers people like that. Well, there's a lot of services that work like that actually too. Payment friend of Georgia. In Georgia, it depends. It depends. It might work if they're ready to go for that. US companies are more like that's why Twitch, for example, doesn't go for that, right? They want you to be the tax resident of another country then. So for that, bank account doesn't work. Then you will need to make a company there. But I don't think it's that strict for them. You can ask, like I said, just ask them, like if I get bank account in another country, like will we be able to work? Like what do I need to do to be able to work? That's what I asked Twitch, but it's Twitch. They said, "Lol, I don't know." That's it. So hopefully they ask something better. They answer something better, and if not, then well, you already don't work with them, so you're not losing anything from that. Man, that'll take forever though to cool it down. And the longer it stays like this, the more it's gonna be getting infected by stuff. We don't want that. Come on, man. So guys are kind of the same. Well, I mean, you can still kind of ask that. I mean, they should know if they decline to pay. They should at least like say why. What are the options? Like if they don't know, if they are like well, you're from Russia, so we can't, or like your bank like because your bank account is in Russia. You just ask them like, okay, if I have a bank account in another country, will that work? And they say I don't know, then well, yeah. No luck, no luck, no lucky. If they actually give you some answer, that's good. Yeah, was already. Thank you for watching, man. Have a good one. Like, I really don't think it's already that warm, even. I mean, it's warm, but, you know, 28 is also quite warm. Man, I had this thing, actually. Oh, where's the thermal stuff? There it is. And then I would need to disinfect this one, too. And I dumped it all away. AAA battery, I think I should have that one. I mean, I could try. Let's see, because I think this thermometer is kind of trash anyway, so might as well. Battery, I should have some. All right, so let me check. I need to get disinfectant in. Let's get a little bit of it, I guess. Ah, man, that's gonna be kind of tricky. Could just boil water. I wonder how much can it go. Oh, well, you know, work. IKEA doesn't want to work. What is this? I think it's battery though. Re. Gotta get these charged now. Annoying. Talk to them one last time. Yeah, just like try to figure things out. What do they have to offer? There's none, then well, I mean, then, well, then fuck them. Not like it's gonna get any worse, but maybe it'll get a bit better. Now let's see if this one works. Charge these batteries up. Alright, fine. The batteries are a rip. I think I had somewhere else those though. Should charge these. Let's see. These are... Oh, actually, maybe these work. These should. Let me see. Oh, do they? Alright, this works good. Right, let's see. Disinfected though. Let's try. Where can I disinfect it then? Somewhere where I can dip it. This one I can't even dip it really unless I get way too much water in. Oh, some gloss. I guess. That will do. And I can also like pour it over. And we wash it. All right, let's see. All right, show me the temp. It actually doesn't lie. This one is actually not even lying. It actually is 32. Dude, come on. Why are you like this? Actually not lying. Alright. Alright, this will be nice. I'll need to charge the batteries for this one though. That's gonna be nice to have in general. Kinda knew it was there, but never really used this. Now I know it actually is there and working. A convenient device. Alright. That's annoying though, might be time for you then to go outside, maybe. Could be. Oh, should be not too hot. That's the problem. Actually, last time did I? Can go not outside. I could go the bathroom then maybe with this one. Get the cold water going around to cool it down. Let's do it this way, I guess. Oh, it's better outside. I really need to cool you down. Outside is like not very convenient right now. The balcony. Bathroom, then I guess. Alright. There we go. Chunky one there. All right. There we go. Cool the water. All right. It's gonna be there in the cold water flow. Getting cooled down. Cooled down. Let's start settling some of these things here for now. Back to how it was. Whoop. Now back to how it was. There we go. There we go. All right, this I will still need. Actually, shoot while it was still here. Whatever. You take the measure of the density. How dense it is, that was just regular water. So it doesn't matter. So we don't need them. This I will wash. This we don't need them. All right, let me see. How's it going there? All right, beer is taking a bath. The beer is taking a cold bath there. Should do it way earlier, really. This here. This we don't need anymore. I'm gonna set everything then up. Clean everything, use the opportunity. And get things all ready for like tomorrow and stuff. Tomorrow I'm gonna be live on for the Game Awards. So that's gonna be at night, probably around midnight, I would say. Because that shit is 1:30 AM CT. So I'm gonna go live for that. That's gonna be quite something there. At the least, hopefully we'll get some good shit. Hopefully. Alright, beer's keeping the bath still. Bathtubing beer. Hey, JLO. 2 crates of wine. What the fuck? Insane. Insane. Alright, let me get the glorious PP hopes out. I'll wash the bag too, sort of. All right. Whoops, you go out. There we go. Not the great look after all the hops there. For the poor bag. But actually, I'm not sure. Was it worse when it was there for like a week for the dry hopping? When you dump the bag in the fermenter and it stays there for like a week with some hops. I think it's actually kind of better because you still drop the dry hops, and these hops are like fully boiled into oblivion. Smells nice. Smells all right. There we go. All right, how is the beer's bathtub going? Let me see. I would say going pretty well then. Good then. Now I'm gonna cool down in no time. A noise, a noise. You just see. Alcoholic goes for the beer, not wine. There's different types of alcoholics. I would say the proper alcoholic doesn't go for beer. It's not the best value, you know. You want to be the proper alcoholic, you want to pay less and get more bang for your buck. That's why you go for windshield cleaners and stuff, you know. But that's not a very good idea nowadays. Windshield cleaners are full of methanol now. Might not end well. And it doesn't end well quite often here. Almost every year someone is dead from drinking some dank alcohol that is not for drinking. Regularly. Alright, using this opportunity to clean a bit. Opportunity to clean. Yeah, the pot is all clean and nice. See, you can clean out of this stuff real good, real fast. Let's see, plastic is even easier. Plastic might get like a bit, maybe like, you know, get the color from whatever is in there, the beer and stuff. But so far it didn't, at least. Not that it really matters, to be honest. Don't really care what color the plastic will be of your fermenter. All you care is All you care is it working, you know. There we go. And there we go. Good then. Now let's go in. All right, I think we're pretty much done. Stop the water, just gonna drain the bath. And it's already like, I think 29 or something, so got exactly the proper amount. That's how kind of somehow you do it. If you do it like in the pot, in the big pot, you can just get it in like the bigger pot basically with cold water. Just need to keep the flow going sort of to make it, you know, as soon as it warms up, cools down, because the fresh water goes in. Because normally you actually have the whole amount up to the temperature of pretty much boiling, and you need to cool it down very fast so you can put the yeast and close it. So you obviously need to do it very fast. And very fast is not that simple, really. Like this way, at least with concentrate, you can actually, well, I tried to plan for it, but didn't plan properly. So it still was not enough free space to add like cold water or warm water. It was still not enough of that. Otherwise it would be good. Open balcony a bit more. There we go. Well, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be good. Last time I also was scared that it's gonna be like get some more infected and everything from all the cooling. But it ended up being good. So hopium. So far all the attempts were good. She right in. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it indeed. Indeed. There's gonna be more of it. I still have at least 2 brews in upcoming months, so like January, February, probably we'll have more brewing going. Most likely. So yeah, like, you know, if it fucks up, you know, at some point it's supposed to happen. And so far it was 2 good attempts. Second actually was even better. Like this set was better than some British one that I had the first time. A local producer is actually doing quality stuff, seems like. All right, I think it's pretty much at 28. Let's just make sure, because it's still not very accurate, this one. This one is not super accurate. I shouldn't actually remove this yet, because the yeast is still going in. Well, we'll see. I might still move it then, fine. The yeast will go in still. Its way, and I still need to take the density. Let me see actually, but it's still drains there. Let's see. All right. So this is gonna be at the test of a density. We'll see how dense the starting wort is. And then we're gonna be checking how dense it's gonna be after some time to figure out how much of that sugar and the tasty stuff in the wort yeast consumed and how much alcohol in turn it produced. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna be pretty light probably. Usually these end up kind of light. Can make them probably way more hardcore, but I actually don't mind as long as it's tasty. That's my main thing. Don't need to make some like killer beer. It's actually better when it's a bit more light. Then you can drink more of it without feeling like shit next day. Yeah, no. That's just better. That's just better. But technically, you can just like add more density, like more sugar and everything, and get dinker shit there. Some people do like the additional thingy that I was adding was 1 kilo. You can add 2, so that's gonna be like double the hit. That is for those who prefer the dankness. The dankness, man. A beer that kills. Alright, now it's 28 for sure. That's good. And all the water pretty much drained. Good. Stay there for a few moments more. So basically just get the measure. The measure density. Then we plant the yeast. I could pre-prepare. I think it should be fine. So far so good. It's not expired or anything, so that should be nice. And then we go in 20-25 liters. I wonder if it's less. How does that work then? Like it's too much yeast and it doesn't, it just consumes it way too much, like megalools everything. And then starts megalooling itself, or dies of being hungry. That might happen. And that does happen sometimes. All right. Lift the shit. Come here. There we go. Man, that tap actually got me there almost. Why is it there? All right, let's go. Yeah, I'm getting it like with the tap towards me. And there's this like thing on the back, like the handle. And that almost ended up being kind of not super good for me. All right, so it is now 28. That's what we need. So now what we need to take the sample. How much do you need? I don't remember. Do you need all of it? Don't want to put too much in here. Might need to kinda go 200. Should be enough, I think. There it is. Not so fast. All right. It's not leaking or anything here, please. That would be nice. All right, there it is. Actually, I guess first. Oh, whoop. There we go. No. And there goes the science shoot. Poof. Calm down. All right, let's see. What do you show me there? So like 0, 1, 2, 3, stop turning. No. Bitch. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This around 10 then? Seems more like 9 really. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, should be around 9 then. Double check. Double check. That's actually not even that crazy. Not even that dense. That's probably because, like, you know, full 23 liters really. And it's like 9.5. 7, 8, 9. Yep, close to 10. Basically 10 almost. All right. So the starting density 10. 9.5, 10. Let's say. Then we're gonna be checking how much of that gonna be megaluled by the yeast after some time. Push it. All right. So that's the starting density. It should drop all the way to like 1. Might be more, might be, and even last time I think was like 2.5 or something. Because I'm adding not sugar, but the different set of concentrates, so it adds more density than just sugar. It's like body of the beer, basically, not just food for yeast, sorta. So it's not all gonna be completely transformed and megaluled into the alcohol. Some of it will stay as the beer body. All right. Well, now the final part. And that is the yeast, which is the easiest part, I guess. One of them. $28. So at this point, it should be already like even. I would say for sure 28, maybe even less. And that is good, damn. And that is good for us. Because now we just do it this way. And the ale yeast. There they go. We're just trying to get all of it covered here. And then from top to bottom, they will start bigalooling everything. ASMR stirring. I think stirring was ASMR in the pot though. That was way more ASMR. Get everything sort of covered. Not too close to the edges though. I'm just gonna end up on the walls and whatever. Don't need any of that. You don't stir that. You don't like do anything with that. You just kind of like try to cover all the surface as much as possible. And then it's slowly gonna be consuming all the tasty stuff in there. And going down and down to the bottom where it's gonna, when it's gonna die. And that's where we're gonna keep it. That's where it's gonna stay. That's a lot. Always that much. I guess I was before kind of just like dumping it hard. I don't remember actually. Already kind of like moving there on the bottom layer. And you can see it even. Like the vertical layer is a bit already like stable, and you can see them like moving still underwater already a little. They still move there. It's actually interesting. That's cool. Now you see it here, right? I think it's like the top part is already like stopped there, but like in the depths, still kind of going there in circles and slowly going down. There we go. Planted the yeast. Now hopefully it will actually go well. I will need the airlock too though. Oof. Very big. Yeah, I probably still don't need the rubber ring for this yet. Still quite tight there. After some time you need like the rubber ring on this one to make it close tight enough, but I think this is already very good, eh? Should be. And now this little hole there. That's actually what I forgot to disinfect a bit. 1 second there. I will fix that. Been wasting this star sun today like crazy. Like the more practical people, they just make like a huge 3-liter like a jar or something with prepared mixture and with all the right amounts. And then they reuse that shit for like many batches of beer. And I'm just like wasting it. I'm gonna waste way less of it to wash like 20 bottles than I wasted it washing this stuff. Really? That's fine. And then I'm gonna put some of it in, then I wash it, then I put some boiled water in. In perfect case, you actually need like alcohol, vodka, whatever. if you like want to stay super safe in terms of infecting something, but I think it's kind of whatever. Similar with sourdough making, yeah, like it's just in sourdough. Well, actually, there's also yeast, right? It's just you kind of don't mind it being infected. Like the sourdough becomes sour because it's infected by lactic bacteria, and that's what happens with beer also. If you don't water seal probably and everything, your beer also gets sour, and that's not something you want. That is not something you want. Otherwise, it kind of already becomes a little bit of like kvass or something, basically. All right, washing it inside too. Well, this disinfectant like creates so much foam, it's crazy. My sink is in foam. All right, 1 moment, just gonna wash it all. All right, there we go. Good, like removing liquid from this one is so annoying. 1 second. I just want to wash it good. Just looking like scared to do it this way. On top of the thing. It should be kind of whatever, I guess. Shouldn't go more than you don't want it to go after all. No, perfect. A bit more. Let's get it to the center. That should do. The connected vessels. Take it, boy. There it is. All right. There we go. Okay. Now it's all good. Now it's done. Now we just wait and we hope. And we hope. Hello, Nico, right here. See you, man. See ya. Hey, Pony. The vata bread, yeah. Exactly. Okay. Well, this goes back. Now I'll need to transport all this shit to where it's gonna stay. Where it's gonna wait for its hour. Which will probably be like 10 days, 2 weeks, I would say. That's mostly the case. Sometimes a bit faster, sometimes a bit slower, mostly kind of faster, to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see how things will go. All right, this way. It's here. Okay. I have it open there, I think, right? So I don't need my my hands for that. No, it's not opened. Gonna put it in my storage room. This one is kind of like further away from like the balcony, the radiators. So it should be like the most kind of stable temperature really. So far it worked really good. So let's go. And done. All right. Last time it wasn't even like bubbling like crazy or something, which is fine. Happens. Well, that happens. Hey, good geek. Feels bad, man. Don't worry, man. There'll be more. There will be more. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Probably in January. January we'll have some more. And they're still bottling and everything, so there will be a bit more with this batch. And then another batch will be probably in January. So you'll catch some of that. Don't worry. Don't you worry. All right. Yeah, just removed. Just removed in the storage room. Now it's all about the hopium. Whew. All right, done. Now let's make some tea while I'm here. And get a little bit of New World in. There we go. A little bit of New World in. 76 I need to do also. Not sure how that went there so far. That would be update. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I got me some biscuit. The marble one. He was good, man. We'll talk online about 76. It actually was trending yesterday. And the funny part, majority, I think, of tweets was Japanese or something. I think it was Japanese. Might be wrong. But I think there was a bunch of like fan arts and stuff like this. I'm like, what the fuck? They go ham with that. And they all started buying them. Actually, 1 second. Fuck was that? Started buying all the Xboxes and suddenly everyone playing Fallout. All right. Done. But yeah, 76 actually got some traction there all of a sudden. Alright, it's gonna make some tea. Well, just also got some of the daily stuff and shit there, so I think the Christmas stuff is daily. So we're gonna do some of that. Gonna do some of that. I was actually today like trying to get, well, not trying really to get, but telling my friend about Path of Exile because he's back on the fucking Diablo 3 grind now. Told him the new league is coming. He should try it. But he said he wants to have some life in next month, so he probably will resist. I needs to do some work and everything. Yeah, they got some traction there in the country for sure. So I guess a lot of people started checking that glorious Game Pass, which I actually got the 3 months from them, which I still haven't activated because kind of no rush. Boomerathon is coming, but I probably will need soon, and I hope it will work. So at least out of Boomerathon, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna jump in, maybe even before that a bit. We'll see. We'll see. Fuck is up here? Let me see. Oh, the our Ministry of Healthcare said that we all should have 3-4 kids. It's time. Time to work. Time to produce more slaves. All right. Now we wait a little bit for other theme. It's time to step up the reproduction game. Are we slacking here? Are we slacking? Gotta go ham. All right, that was a little bit a longer session today. The cooling down is always, well, not always, but last 2 times my main fuck up. Gotta be careful with that stuff. Kids in this economy, kids in this environment, dude. I saw recently there's basically like was some book here written. I don't remember. Well, I mean it's Russian name anyway. A couple of books that got forbidden for like LGBT propaganda here, right? And before the law got in charge, like some companies, some stores already instantly just like get rid of that stuff. And one chain store, they were like, no, I mean the law is not in power yet. It's gonna be here on sale. So we had like some, like the Alliance of Pipiagus, like some, I don't remember how they call themselves. They're just a bunch of dudes, like fathers and everything, right? Who went to those stores, bought all those books, and they were like burning them, you know, like tearing them apart and stuff, all on cam and on the news, especially, of course, right? And one of the dudes they were taking interview with was a teacher from the school who was like, "Bruh, we don't need that shit. This is not our values." And he was like singing in the breaks between talking. He was singing some patriotic shit and stuff, like tearing and burning those books. Like, I'm tearing them all day already. I'm tired, but I'm gonna be tearing it. Like, bro, that's a teacher, man. Nope, I'd rather not. I'd rather not, man. I'd rather not make anything that will be forced to go in those schools, dude. Not to mention you will be forced like every morning now to like lift the flag, sing the anthem, learn how to shoot AK and stuff, which we already kind of did a little bit, but now I guess they're gonna be doing even more of that. So yeah, at least they didn't trash the store. That's actually a good one. There was a funny part. There was an anime store that they also went to, because there was some like the rainbow colored flags or something sold there or whatever. So they went there to trash that store. But the dude owning this store, he was like, boys, calm down. You can buy those flags to burn them. True. The dude in the end managed to fucking sell all this shit and they make some profit out of that. That's some good corpus stuff there. That's some good corpus stuff, I would say. So yeah, there is a bunch of this PPG fiesta going on, man. Quite the PPG stuff. So yeah, I kinda rather not. I'd rather not. And I said, like, whenever I was going to school and I was like, you know, I went to the local school and like I passed all the tests and everything, and they were like, oh yeah, we were gonna like so nice. And mom was like, so like what's the program and stuff? Well, like, you know, math, like Russian language and stuff, religion. Mom is like, oh, all right, goodbye. We out. So I was walking like way longer with a bunch of people. Actually, we had like a whole group of people from my like district, from my ghetto, and we all kind of were going to that distant school, basically, like, you know, to like far away, 20 minutes, I guess, or something. We out, we there. Hey, White Rabbit. And now it's gonna be like everywhere. Now you can just go to another school. Well, they're private schools, I guess, but private schools nowadays have like some other issues, and one of the issues is payment. Even like in the, remember when we were checking like the price of living in different countries, like the private school price was like 10,000, I think, per year or something bucks, and that's a lot. It's a fuckload. Exactly, White Rabbit. That's the way it goes. Until you heard that, you thought she's Angel on Earth. I see, I see. The thing is, like, there is a difference, right? Like, obviously, people who like grow up here and everything and live here all life in this environment, like, if you like, you know, a tree that was growing in the apple garden, probably gonna be an apple tree, right? And you know, you're gonna produce apples too, like everyone else. Like, so it's kind of not normal, but expected that people will be like that, right? It's bad when they like very actively like that. That's the bad part. And when they don't listen to anything and then they just like this. And they're gonna teach everyone to be like this too. That's the bad part. So like I would say like pretty much everyone in my environment one way or another is like that just because they were born here, right? Like it's just kind of like what you get with the milk of your mother and stuff. Like if you don't get any outside perspective on things, like I, for example, right, also was like this really for years. Like until I started basically, you know, hanging out on Twitch with people from like all over the world, like watching people from other sides, some from other side of the planet, and like, you know, kind of understanding like, yeah, I mean, you know, those guys, like different religions, different colors, different genders and everything, they're also just regular people, and that's kind of like fine. Like, what's the problem? Why do everyone hate them here, for example, right? But a lot of people, they don't get that perspective from another side. They always like lived one way, and like can't really blame them, right? Like if if you were born like a dog and all your life you were a dog, like you only become a cat all of a sudden on your own. But if there will be some genetics and stuff going on, if you want to be a cat, maybe you will be. Let's see, so I see. See, it's more about like how active and PPG people are about those things here, I would say. Like, you have an opinion like that? That's your opinion? Fine. That's kind of standard opinion here, so I'm not gonna try to like talk to the wall and change that. That's pointless anyway. You just learn to live with those people around. But yeah, I'd rather not have like, I'd rather if they would be my kids or something, for them to have a little bit different perspective on things. Not just that perspective, but something else too. And then they can decide for themselves who they're gonna be. The apple tree or someone else. All right, let's go to the PC, and I guess I'm gonna be switching to the bonus evening stream mode real quick for some New World in. Probably gonna do any cooking. I'm just like gonna eat those like bubble cakes, and that'll be more than enough because we had some real dank visit to this Uzbekistani place with friends, and I still feel it. I still feel that kebab and that plov powering me. So I don't think I will need anything else on top of that, to be honest, today. Some cake gonna be enough. Maybe some ice cream later or something. That'll be more than enough. And we're gonna go tomorrow tea with friends, using the opportunities while we kinda have them before mobilization starts again.